We have a special guest with us today in the Gospel Music Today studio. It's Larry Stewart of the Pine Ridge Boys. And Larry, welcome to Gospel Music Today.
Thank you, Ken. Good to be here.
We want to go back a few years because the Pine Ridge Boys go back a few years, and then we'll catch up with what's happening now. 1963, the beginning of the Pine Ridge Boys, and the original bass singer was your dad.
Was my dad, Jim Stewart.
Okay.
Yep.
And he stayed for how long?
Oh, Dad was here for a long time, and then he took a leave of absence for a while, and then came back, and Dad had the group for probably the last 20 years, I guess, of his life. He passed away in 3 years ago. Okay. So, but I've had the group since 2012.
You've been in charge since 2012. Your singing goes back, though, before the Pine Ridge Boys. You were with the Anchormen.
Yes.
Singing Americans.
Yes.
I want to ask you about the Singing Americans because that is a name. The Anchormen have always been a great group, too. But the Singing Americans name comes up all the time when you ask people about groups that they liked. How did you get connected with that group?
I was living in Maiden. I'd been there for quite a few years, and Charlie Burke, who owned the Singing Americans, wanted to hire a bus driver. And at that particular time, I was working for his bus company. And so he called me one Saturday morning and asked me would I be interested in driving the bus for the Singing Americans. I said, sure. So I started in the fall of '88 driving the bus, and then started singing in '91. And 1990 is when I joined the Anchormen and stayed there for a little bit, and then came back to the Americans in '91.
Yeah. Who was in the group with you?
To begin with, Scott Whitener, David Walker, Dave Harville, and Jerry Kelso, and myself.
Okay. And then some changes when you came back?
Yeah, when we made some changes, and then it was David Sutton, Dale Forbes, Buddy Burton, and myself.
It's quite a lineup.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. The Pine Ridge Boys, who recently celebrated your 58th anniversary.
Years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's the current lineup?
We have Steve Williams singing tenor. Stephen Craps is still singing lead. Wayne Shuford, who is singing the baritone. Now, Wayne was the original tenor when the quartet started back in 1963. Mm-hmm. And I always tease him on stage. He told me a long time ago that he realized that the older he gets, the lower his voice gets. And I always make a joke about it. Well, I've got a big future ahead of me with that going on. But Wayne is doing the baritone, and then we have Zach Clark playing the piano, and Louis Sprouse playing the bass guitar, and then me singing the bass.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Zach is also a great singer.
Yes, he is. We let him sing 2 or 3 songs each night, and he wants to sing more. And time will come. We'll get into that, but it's just we're still learning everything with him. So
yeah. You have a big trip to Pigeon Forge coming up. Pine Ridge Boys are going to be at NQC.
Yeah, we're excited about that. As to my knowledge, Ken, I don't think the Pine Ridge Boys have ever been to a national quartet convention. Not even when it started in Memphis, when they had it there. So this is a big step for us, and we're excited about it. I've been there many times before with the Singing Americans and the Anchormen, but this is the first time with this group, and I've always told Stephen that I would love to take him to the National Quartet Convention. And so you've got to believe he's really excited about this.
I bet.
So it's just a big step for us.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
And we have a booth. We talked with Clark Beasley, and he set us up with a booth, and so it's on now.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. We will see you there. The part of the 58th anniversary singing, the tradition of the Pine Ridge Boys, you induct people into the Pine Ridge Boys Hall of Fame.
Right.
Joel Duncan, who sang bass many years ago, was inducted the other night. And we were thrilled and surprised when you made
We got you, didn't we?
Gene and me honorary members.
Well, we do
was
appreciate
awesome.
you and appreciate everything y'all do for gospel music and for us.
We were really surprised.
Well,
It was
thank you.
nice. It was a nice
Thank you.
night. Pine Ridge Boys' current CD. What's
Concert favorites. What we done right after Steve and Zach came with us, we went back and got some songs that we had recorded, in the earlier days, and went back in the studio and redid those songs and put them on one CD. And then we added Zach a piano solo, and Steve Williams does a great job on "I Know a Man Who Can." It just becomes it's a crowd favorite everywhere we go. Mm-hmm. And so we added those two songs, and it's a great CD.
Yeah. Are you going to send any of those songs to radio?
We haven't decided yet. We're in the process of trying to decide. We did the song "When He Washed My Sins Away." It's on this CD, and we sent it out to radio. It's getting some play. So we have to decide what's next. Mm-hmm. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Well, Pine Ridge Boys, a great traditional Southern gospel quartet, and now a great piano player with you on stage. We really enjoyed the program the other night.
Thank you. Our goal is to hopefully get to doing like 90% just piano and bass, and then 10% tracks, just on a few songs and stuff. But people love just the piano. Mm-hmm. And so we've just grown to love it, and Zach is an awesome piano player. Yeah. I've always teased him and told him, in my opinion, I think he is a young Anthony Berger. When Anthony first started out, he's just that great. And I want people to hear him and see him.
That's quite a compliment. Well, Larry, it's been great to have you with us here in the Gospel Music Today studio.
Thank you. Glad to be here.